School bus. Thankfully, the aftermath of Hurricane Ian was not bad at all. I'll show you guys what the South Carolina aftermath of Ian is like. So this is pretty much it. This is what we got. We didn't get anything here. It was just a little bit of hard rain. That's about it. The cars are fine. The lawn is fine. The concrete is fine. I thought we were gonna have tons of leaves, not even that. So with that, let's jump into today's video. Okay guys, on today's episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy Studies. Well, not really, he didn't really, I don't know if he did, he might have. How many of you guys have a car that you would consider to be a rust bucket? Maybe a few, especially if you're looking into something from the 90s or older. So I've actually done this before. Oh yeah, the BRZ. Tyler, if you're watching this, tell Aunt the heads are still in the cab of my truck. So things like this, like the inside is clearly still like really good and the top is too, but then you got to get into those little creases and try to sand it out perfectly. And then you got these bolts over here that you can tell that, you know, they're good, but the head is rusted, but you can't really get into it. You know, little stuff like that. Pay attention to this video or to this experiment. You're gonna love me after this. Just, you gotta be very careful with this one, okay? This is one of those that my mom would not approve of, so sorry mom. Step number one is grab your bolts and everything you have you kind of want to clean, and then get as far away from nice things as possible. So get away from everything you care about. Get all the way out here. Throw all your stuff here in a nice little bucket. Make sure it's a plastic bucket, and for the sake of you guys, I'm going to be doing it in a clear bin. I'm going to kind of try to organize them. I'm going to take these off, make sure it gets cleaned all the way through. And the magical solution is muriatic acid. Before you go and start putting this stuff on everything on your car, and like it does wonders. Usually they use this stuff for concrete. The problem with that is it's very, very harsh. It is a really bad chemical. Trust me from experience, I made the mistake once. It sucks. Don't breathe it in, okay? So get away from all the cars, everything, because the fumes that this creates, the barn will start rusting. And then if those fumes, say they spread inside the shop and you have a car, then that car can start rusting too. Like, this stuff is hardcore, okay? It has been a solid, I'd say about 2 hours, give or take. We've been busy doing other things, and I'll show you guys in just 2 hours what the results are. In 2 hours, I've actually been building a doghouse because we have a bit of an issue. Great Danes are essentially mini horses. Well, for one, there are no doghouses that fit a Great Dane. So pretty much you have to build a doghouse for yourself, and then the Great Dane will fit in it. Almost there. Just got to finish off the roof. We ran out of the wood, and we're just got to do the roof, and we're pretty much done. We just still got to put one panel here. It's better than every doghouse I've seen at the store, and they're like tons of money. Adrian, go over there. There? Yeah, or your car will rust.
My car will rust?
Yes.
Right.
Do it, I'll explain later. Adrian's about to catch up. They already know what's going on. They've been watching this for I don't know how long.
Okay, breathe it in.
Do not breathe it in. So
don't breathe it in.
See how nasty this water is? This is essentially like the rust that came off of it. Like, this tray was clean. So this whole thing came off of something. Oh, I got a feeling this is paint.
You think?
Yeah.
What is it? What's there?
There's a bunch of little parts. Check this out.
Oh.
So you
is
guys.
Is that for the 86?
Yes. Okay, look. They remember what this looked like as well.
Yeah, that looks rust-free now.
It is completely rust-free. And I haven't done anything. I just pulled it out of there.
Yes.
Look at these pliers. They went in there for like 2 seconds. Look.
Oh, they're already clean.
Yes. If you were to pull it out, it would actually accelerate the rust. So that's why I was saying if you park close, be prepared for your car to rust, because when the fumes or anything hit it, it actually acts as like a chemical reaction and it'll cause it to rust if it's not rusted already.
Ah.
And this, now that I pulled it out, if I were to leave it out just as is, it would actually get worse than what it was before. So now we have to essentially make it less of a less acidic and kind of like neutralize the acid in a sense. So now that we have successfully done this, I'm an old fart and I'd rather do this the proper way. So get yourself another container, and I don't know how much is enough, so we're just going to do the whole container. Rubber gloves, you guys can see this stuff is serious. Put it into this. Yeah, now she's cooking. We're going to not try and touch everything.
That would not be.
We'll just slowly transfer everything over. I don't recommend getting this on your skin. Now we're gonna let this sit for a couple minutes, and then once it's out of there, we can coat it in whatever paint you want to coat it in, leave it bare. If you were to leave it bare, I highly recommend after the water letting it dry, then putting it into an oil or something, just so you can get some protectant from a little bit of rust and pretty much oxygen.
Alright, so I believe they're all dry now. I was looking at a few, like this one. I don't know if he's going to be able to reuse them. He might have to buy a new bolt. There's some chunks missing from this one, but let's get to painting now. Okay, so we're just going to do this side first, and then we're going to flip them over and then do the rest. Oh, fuck, this is white. Oh, no. Wrong spray can. Okay, now we have our black paint here. Let me test real quick. Okay, yes.
Ooh. I hope you guys had fun with Adrian while it lasted. Seems like he got a little creative. I kind of told him he could use this as a workspace, just because the TSX is not exactly a car we're going to build, and it sucks, but it's probably trash. It is trash, but I didn't expect him to paint this thing matte black. I guess that's not a bad color for it, but I like the blue. Okay, anyways, let's continue. He did a very fine job at coating these. I told him that if he could, that'd be awesome, just because it would save us a little bit of the rusting in the future, but I didn't want it too thick to where it would interfere with the actual threads. So he did a perfect job. You guys can see it'll still thread on just fine. And that is what we wanted. The main reason I told him to get this stuff ready, one was to test out, well, the main reason we did this first is because we wanted to test out the muriatic acid, the rust dissolving, so you guys can know the hacks before they also get banned, because muriatic acid, I can't imagine it being too good for a person's health. Not sure how long that'll last on the market, so enjoy it while you have it. We're going to actually dive into the TSX because the 86, we can't really do much on it right now until we have the engine, so that we can build around the engine or see what we have to modify in terms of the subframe, which shout out to Adrian. Let me show you guys. He also did a wonderful job there. Yeah, he did a pretty good job. Let me jump into this TSX, this poor thing. For the sake of Adrian, I'm gonna put a timer. Granted, Adrian, this is a newer car, so there's more stuff to unhook than your basic carbureted motor. So that's my defense. Should work. Cool. First thing, we see some random bolts sitting around. Not good. Sir that sold me the car, if you're watching, please let me know what these bolts are for. Shout out to those guys that a couple of y'all have been watching and have met me in person, and appreciate the support. It means a lot. Don't care about any of the trim, so okay. Goodbye. If anybody needs trim, don't message me anymore because at this point I tore it up. So the tools I'll most likely use, from the looks of it, 10 millimeter, some hose clamps, maybe a Phillips head. Okay, for the sake of my camera's battery, the video, I haven't stopped it. Do the math. 45 minutes exactly in after I pulled a hose from the radiator because I forgot to put or check the timer, tell you guys the time. I think we're at it. Just unbolted the exhaust. So yeah, I was going a little fast, but now I'm slowing down just because this is the crucial part, essentially. If I forgot anything, right now is where I will find out. Fun fact, I bought those jack stands when I was a broke boy. Well, I'm still a broke boy, but it's probably not a good thing to say as I'm getting under the car and doing all this sketchy stuff, but they were $20 back in the day, so I need to buy new ones. I'm just gonna cut away this radiator support because it's toast anyways, and it's just gonna get in my way. And it seems really fragile. We have something attached. This thing is ridiculous. How is it able to pick up a whole car? At the end of the day, we still got a mess made. So, well, actually that oil was there as the car was sitting. I think the car was leaking its fluids onto the floor. So that wasn't exactly part of the engine swap mess, but it's relatively dirty. Took us a minute afterwards, after actually having the engine down, just because we were trying to disconnect the wiring and trying to make it to where if we need a plug or if we need something from this harness, we can have it. So we tried to salvage it as much as possible. The timer stopped running as my dad showed up. So we were kind of talking, and technically the timer was interrupted, but I mean, how long does it take to disconnect a couple wires? Say 15 minutes tops, and 15 minutes is like tops. You remove the clips and everything properly, so that's why it took longer. So now we're in like, say, 15 minutes. Not too bad. This thing is worse than the 4 AC motor I pulled out of the 86 in terms of cleanliness. Why don't people keep up with their cars? This makes me angry. This thing has got all of the grease on here, man. Like, Jesus, like all that. Let me try and, do you guys see this? How do you let that happen? I guess the leak was from here, you could tell. Nobody, and this is the easiest gasket to fix. Nobody replaced this seal. This is like super, super easy. Just like 4 bolts, comes off. I was in the middle of cleaning and I actually realized that I don't think I've told you guys yet exactly why we bought the TSX as a whole instead of buying just the engine. The main reason I got the whole car is because, one, it comes with accessories, it comes with everything that the car needs to pretty much run and drive. I'm gonna have to custom fab like mounts and random stuff like that, but in terms of like starter, alternator, random stuff, like I even have a radiator with fans that are OEM and they work just fine. We'll see how it goes, but I have pretty much all of what I need for the actual car to run and drive, or the engine to start, if that makes sense. It comes with like OEM airbox and stuff like that. I would really love for be able to have this in the 86 as like try to install it like if it were to come inside the 86, so almost OEM looking. I'm gonna be doing a lot of cleaning, as you guys can see. I don't think you guys wanna see the K24 video cleanup. If you do, let me know. I wanted to say thank you because a lot of you guys are new here and a lot of you guys are just getting to know Sam and Sam's craziness. All right, well, thank you guys. See you guys in the next video. Peace out. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, just rambling. So peace out, you guys. See you on the next one. If you guys are looking for a set of 55114s, 0.3, hit me up. Not all four, two. That one is cracked. Bye.